So today's episode is going to be brought to you by Ring of Fire. I'm going to try to find a mariachi version of Ring of Fire. We'll see if there's one out there on Spotify, but why? So someone purchased a mariachi band to go to Ted Cruz's home in Houston and play in his front yard. So that is the best trolling of the week. So I wanted to spend a little more time talking about the CPAC conference. So if I'm not mistaken, the CPAC conference has had plenty of share of trolling done at it. If you might remember the Borat movie, this is where Sacha Baron Cohen showed up to the CPAC conference that I believe was held at National Harbor near D.C. a year or two ago. And he was able to get into Mike Pence's speech and cause a scene. I have attended a conference at that same hotel before. It appears that the CPAC conference, starting in 2 days, is going to be labeled America Uncanceled. You can see all this, by the way, at cpac.conservative.org. They claim to be a nonprofit, by the way, but we'll get into that here in just a moment. But this year's conference is going to be held in Orlando, Florida. Bless your hearts down there. You're going to have to be dealing with all these crazy-ass people down there. So the countdown is on. 2 days, 10 hours, 42 minutes, and 28 seconds. There is a countdown. The featuring sponsors of the CPAC event this year, the American Conservative Union, what a lovely organization, Fox Nation, because keep in mind, Fox News, or the whole entity that puts out all of that crazy BS, they've had layoffs. So they are now resorting to spewing their media in a format and doing their own streaming services that they're calling Fox Nation. So you'll see advertising for that, and they are a featuring sponsor for CPAC. There's also an interesting entry over here, Liberty Health Share. So not sure what they're up to. But to talk about the money that goes into this type of event, these are all sold out, allegedly, or some of these are sold out, by the way, if you look at the website. For $2,500, you can be a premium, or this can buy you a premium silver package, private access to the silver lounge, not the gold lounge. The gold lounge is going to cost you $7,500, and that has limited availability. So you better get on top of this. The premium gold package has private access to the gold lounge. Maybe there are ladies swinging on poles and peeing on Donald Trump in there. I don't know, because Donald Trump is going to be the featured speaker at this event. And he's going to be in rare form. Remember, he is blocked from Twitter, and he's been huddled out in Mar-a-Lago for a while now. So he's going to be in rare form. So this gold package in the Gold Lounge features occasional VIPs. No more details beyond that. An exclusive breakfast on Saturday morning with VIP speakers, priority reserve box seating, and early access lines. Invitations to receptions each evening, priority seating at the Ronald Reagan dinner. Ronald Reagan would be turning over in his grave. Now, keep in mind, he was on the front of the bus bringing all of this BS into being. But this is what the Republican Party has turned into. It's just a bunch of total BS. Now, if you want to get in cheap on this, the general ticket is sold out, folks. Sorry, you're going to have to go on eBay. You're going to have to find somebody to get you a ticket, because allegedly the $330 ticket is sold out. That only gets you access to general conference events, breakout sessions on activism, training, and other events. So I guess it's a sold-out ticket that you can't get into the party that actually tells you how to go and be an insurrectionist at the Capitol. Sorry, folks, that's sold out. CPAC Direct Action, access to CPAC Central, CPAC Welcome Reception. You can text for updates. Get enough text, I don't think I'm going to do that. But let's learn a little more about the Conservative Political Action Conference. It's the largest and most influential gathering of conservatives in the world, aka deplorables. I added that part in. Launched in 1974, CPAC brings together hundreds of conservative organizations, thousands of activists, deplorables, millions of viewers, and the best and brightest leaders, deplorables, in the world. Whew, goodness. Agenda. Let's go over and look at this. Oh, look at this. First thing right on the agenda, Thursday, February 25th. Remember, this starts in just a couple of days, folks. Get your tickets. The Jewish prayer service. If you can talk about hypocrisy, they're going to host and put on the event, special events, the Jewish prayer service. Let's see what other lovely events they have here. Oh, every morning there's a prayer. They do the pledge, the national anthem. Oh, and the welcome to CPAC, Mr. Ron DeSantis. Now, let's remember that Ron DeSantis is threatening to pull vaccinations from Florida cities that are mocking the distribution of Florida's distribution of the vaccine. We have to call out, remember the death panels that Miss Sarah Palin was talking about long ago? Sarah Palin's got to be in here. She's got to be bored sitting on her fingers these days. All right, let's see. I hope that Michelangelo Signorelli is going to be able to make it. I have to check and see what he's up to, because he actually goes in as media, and he gets some folks to actually say stupid stuff. So those are good interviews to look out for. Oh, Pam Bondi. She's bored, apparently. They have her listed as former Florida Attorney General, and she's going to talk about freedom of assembly. That's a great topic for her. Love you, Pam. Let's see what else. Tolerance Reimagined. The angry mob and violence in our streets. Oh, that's going to be brought up by Whip Steve Scalise from Louisiana. Can't wait. Can't wait to see. Oh, here we go, y'all. Ted Cruz, the Bill of Rights, Liberty, and Cancel Culture. That's a poster. They might as well rename that one, and maybe they'll bring a mariachi band in for Ted Cruz. Mo Brooks. We're going on to, this is still Friday, February 26th we're talking about. This is one right after the other. Mo Brooks from Alabama. He's going to be talking about protecting elections, other culprits, while judges and media refuse to look at the evidence. Can't wait. Let's see, what else have we got going on here? Oh, after lunch, I'm sure they're going to have a 2-scoop lunch, 2 scoops of ice cream for Mr. Trump. The real cost of tuition. I'm sure they're, I can't believe they didn't get their lovely lady from up north to come down. What's her name? Miss DeVos. I'm sure they would have her give her 2 cents on why cost of tuition is so high. The debtors, the dummies, and the distance. Lovely. Oh, and Tom Cotton's coming in from Arkansas, keeping America safe. Because, they got to stir them up and make them all scared. We got to keep that up. Former Representative Jason Chaffetz, he's going to be there to talk about the left pulled the strings, covered it up, and even admits it. Yeah, because, we're all there. Oh, good old Marcia from Tennessee. She's going to be coming down fighting for freedom of speech at home and across the world. Oh, good old Marcia. I'm glad you come down to Florida. And so far I've seen no mention whatsoever of COVID distancing. So I guess they're all going to get in a room and all catch COVID from each other. The left's assault on free people. Our government, big tech, and media are colluding to deprive us of our humanity. And Matt Gaetz, I guess, is going to be driven down to Orlando by his Cuban son, in air quotes, to talk about big government. Can't wait for that. Senator Rick Scott, guess he's going to going up to Orlando, talk about the way forward, unlocking our churches, our voices, and our social media accounts. Good for you there, Ricky. They're going to settle, well, maybe they're going to give Don Jr. some good drugs here. Reigniting the spirit of the American dream. Can't wait for that one. Then we get into some breakout sessions. Familiarity breeds contempt. How will China's neighbors survive? So they got a panel discussion on that. Same badge, different beat to protect and serve our socialist social workers. Oh boy, some guy named Matt Broyle from Breitbart's going to be leading that one. That'll be a tizzy. The looming humanitarian crisis at the border. That sound. They only put. Oh, there's 2 people in there. I don't think anybody's going to be going to that because nobody believes there's a humanitarian crisis down there. Israel and anti-Semitism, because we got to help out those Israeli folks over there. Shining a light on the left's 2020 shadow campaign. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, this is one of the left's shadow campaign if you hadn't been listening to it. So there's the co-founder of the Lincoln Network. Oh, excuse me. I guess they're very close there to the Lincoln Project. That got my attention there. Make sure you're there for special events. Again, the Jewish prayer service comes Friday morning, 7:30, bright and early. Then the women's breakfast at the same time. So apparently you can't be women and Jewish. You got to pick one or the other. Oh, and then Catholic Mass at 8 a.m. though. So you can be a woman and be Catholic, because you can get to breakfast at 7:30 and then over to Catholic Mass at 8, but you can't be Jewish and a woman at the same time. So be careful there. And then back to Jewish prayer breakfast at 6 p.m. One of those Jewish folks are busy. Whew. Saturday. Got the prayer pledge and national anthem one more time. I wonder if they're going to bring in any of those folks that are out on bail from the insurrection. Maybe they're going to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Whew. Let's see. Oh, this is a doozy here. Jody Heiss is coming down from Georgia, and he's going to lead one that's called Who's the Boss? Where's My Applesauce? Who's really running the Biden administration? Now, hold on, folks. How many acting folks did the Trump administration have for 4 years? And they're going to stir that pot. Some lady named Sarah Carter, award-winning investigative journalist, is going to get on stage with Jody Heiss, and they're going to have a little thing. Oh, Devin Nunes is flying in from California, and he's going to talk about California socialism, promising heaven and delivering hell. Wonder if he's going to bring his Bible out for that one. But don't get in the middle of those Jewish folks, though. Make sure you got the right one for that. This is, you can't make this stuff up, folks. Do not pass go, the meaning of monopoly in the modern era. You can't make this stuff up. Mike Pompeo, I guess he's bored these days. How the Bill of Rights inspires us at home and across the world. Remarks by former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Doesn't that sound formal? Oh, and they got to bring the gun folks in. Amendment 2, the right to bear arms. Former State Rep Vernon Jones, going to come down from Georgia, talk about that one. Are consumers powerless? The awakening of corporate America. Winning back America. I can't believe nowhere in here they didn't do a, quote, America. So everything actually is spelled correctly. This is amazing. Let's see. It keeps going. That we're on to Saturday by now. if you hadn't gotten worn out yet. Let's see, who else is in here? Unreasonable search and seizures, because all those folks that were, locked up, or, the tax returns today. The Supreme Court says we can look at 45's tax returns, but that's probably unreasonable search and seizures, so we got to talk about that they only allowed for about an hour for that. This is on Saturday. Did your vote count? Ask the experts. They have Marcy McCarthy is coming down from the DeKalb County, Georgia. She was the GOP chairwoman. Good old Marcy. She's got two attorneys, Heather and Charlie, going to talk about that to see if their vote counted. Ask the experts. Oh, Lord. And Matt Gaetz, they're going to, his Cuban boy is going to drive him over again, talk about foreign policy. Matt Gaetz can't even talk about, I'm going to get started with that. What else? Oh, this is lovely. Front porch politics. How to talk about issues without starting a back alley brawl. So now they actually are going to try to rein them all in. We went too far out. All those people that went to the Capitol and went, that was too far. So we got to rein them back in a little bit. And some guy, Jim McLaughlin, he was a pollster for President Trump. He's going to talk about that. So can't get too far there and get put in jail. And then Sunday, a Catholic Mass, the Jewish prayer breakfast. I got to make sure we get all those different religions in there. Because, all these people are Christian, but if you're going to pay your money to come to this, we're going to have all these other little sectioned off. You're good enough for us there. Let's see. Oh, first time I see the Protestant church service. So on Sundays, finally, we have the Protestants. They have their own little part in there because I guess that, you do all the bad all the week, and on Sunday you go and you ask for forgiveness, right? That's how the Protestants do it. China's puppets in South Korea and Hong Kong. Sounds like a doozy of a session. What else in here? Oh, prescription for pain. The left's agenda on healthcare. Never mind when you go, if you ain't got health insurance, you will be paying tens of thousands of dollars. That's why the Republicans want to do this. But the lefts have an agenda for healthcare, and they're going to sit down and talk about it. Tough love, an assessment of the Republican Party. Two people in there for that one. Translation, they ain't nobody going to that one. That they can't look hard at themselves in the mirror. It keeps going. All debts are off. Why you should care about the national debt? Oh, we're worried about the national debt again. I'm going to repeat that. This is Sunday, 1:55 p.m. Why you should care about the national debt. Now, remember which administrations exploded the national debt? I'll let you answer that question yourself. Oh, this is a doozy. Please check the number and dial again. Doubt, dysfunction, and the price of missed opportunities. I don't know any of those people, thankfully. And all of this wraps up on Sunday, 3:40 p.m., President 45. He is the last speaker for all of this. So get your tickets now, folks. It is going to be just a bunch of white people in Orlando. I hope Disney World doesn't let any of their asses in, and somehow we survive it through all that. I will check up on Michelangelo, see if he is gonna make his way down there and call some of these people out. It's just Monday. Stay safe, folks. Have a good week. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Goddamn Liberals. We welcome your feedback. Please comment on this episode below or send us an email at feedback@gdliberals.com.